Hi, it's Darnell with 11 Recipes, and today I'm going to be cooking up some 4-ounce salmon fillets in the FlexBasket Air Fryer. I'm going to be using the 2-zone cook and showing you something interesting with that. And so we'll see how it does cooking up these salmon fillets right now. Okay, so what I want to show you that's interesting is here in the quick start guide for the Foodi FlexBasket Air Fryer. Something interesting, and it's kind of been a trend with all Ninja 2-basket air fryers, even with this FlexBasket variety. But you see here where it shows, I'm hoping you can see the fish and seafood section, and it shows for salmon fillets, basically when you go over for the information about salmon fillets as far as cook time, it's got two columns here for the cook time. I'll see if I can get you in with it auto adjusting, maybe you can see. But it gives a cook time for a single zone if you're only using one. Then it gives a different cook time if you're using 2 zones, if you're doing dual zone, or you're doing the MegaZone. So like if I'm using one side for something like salmon fillets, it says, well, use 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see if I can get it to focus. It says use 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 7 to 12 minutes if you're using one zone. But if you're using 2 zones or the dual zone, then it's saying, well, give it 15 to 20 minutes. Now, why is that? Why would you need to use more time? It's because when this is doing multiple sides, it doesn't work as well. It doesn't give the same output. In the initial review, which I hope that you've seen here on the channel, I do some temperature testing, but that still never gives you the true picture of cooks. And I've seen it with every Ninja 2-basket air fryer. When they're doing 2 zones, they can't cook at the same degree. They can't cook things as well, and you need more time. I have reviewed 2-basket air fryers here on this channel that do 2 sides, even at the top highest temperature, very well. Do 2 sides equally as well as one. I've shown it here on the channel, but there's, many reviews, many cookers, hundreds of videos here on the channel. But anyway, I digress. I'm going to go ahead and get the fish out, and we'll go ahead and get it cooked up here, and we'll see how things perform. Okay, so I have here 2 4-ounce salmon fillets. So I'm going to coat them with a little extra light olive oil. Please don't confuse extra light olive oil with extra virgin or other forms of olive oil. Extra light olive oil has a higher smoke point and does not taint the flavor. If I was using a lower cooking temperature than like 400 degrees, which they recommend for this, then I would use like maybe some extra virgin olive oil if I was doing like 325 or something like that, But for higher temps, you don't want to get your oil smoking and make everything basically go rancid as far as your oil, because then you've removed all the health benefits of the oil and actually made it a little harmful for you. But I'm going to season it with some Old Bay seasoning because, yes, I am from Baltimore, Maryland, and I like Old Bay. So I put Old Bay on a lot of everything. Sometimes too much. So move it around some there. I got a little too much there. And I'm also going to put a little lemon pepper seasoning onto the salmon fillets too, because I like a little of the lemon pepper flavor on things. So shake that on there good. Now that I've got everything in, I'm going to put the fillets in. I'm going to put one on each side here. And I'm going to set the cooker to, let's see, one sec to get a glove off. And turn the cooker on. And I'm going to, let me turn the light off so maybe you can see the display better. Now they mentioned to use air fry 400. I'm going to do it a little differently here. I'm going to do a match cook. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides. And I'm going to do roast. I'm going to try roast, and let's do 375. I'm going to up it to 20 minutes, up to 20 minutes, but I'm going to check it after 15 minutes. I'm going to do 375, let it run for 15 minutes, and then check things out, see if it's done. If it needs more time, I'll let it go longer, which is a little different from what they recommend, but we'll see how it goes. If I need more, I'll use more. If not, then all good. So I'm going to hit start with that there, let things run for a while. Alright, I think you can see things okay with the light on, so I'm going to hit pause with 5 minutes left in the cook, and I'm going to use my thermopen here to check temperature, and it's already at 160, so yeah, both of them are already pretty hot. And for you who have been around this channel through hundreds of my videos, you know I am not overly concerned with, oh, it's been, a little overcooked. I'm not pressed about that. So let me get them on out of here. But the good news is that, it probably could have been done in maybe 10 minutes. I don't know. Well, probably wouldn't need a little more than 10, maybe 12. Let's just go ahead and turn things off. But here's our finished product. You can see how that looks there. Looks pretty good to me. Their guide for doing 400 for 15 to 20 minutes did call for using up to 3 on each side. So maybe if I had 3 on each side, I would have needed more time. But 375 on roast, probably could have done maybe like 12 minutes and probably got away with it and been just fine. But they look pretty good, and just going to give it, maybe about 5 minutes to rest and try and reabsorb a little of the juices there. Alright, things have had about 5 minutes to rest, and you see, even though they're both 4-ounce fillets, one is a good bit thicker or wider than the other one. So I'll try cutting this wider one open just to see how it looks inside. And there you go. So just going to get a slice or two off for taste test purposes. That skin's kind of holding things together there. But just going to take a couple pieces here. We'll do a quick taste test. So thank God for this salmon. Let's taste. Definitely having some more. Alright, the meat is tender, it's juicy, and it turned out well. Even though it was cooked above 145, it still turned out well. It wasn't dried out. So using the roast option here on the cooker, could have gone a little less, but still turned out well. And so now you know how to do yours. The fish was fully thawed before I started to cook. It was not frozen. So, well, it was frozen before I thawed it out, put it that way. But it was thawed out when it went in. So now you see how the cooker performs. It did pretty well. Didn't take excessively long for the cook, even though I was doing a 2-side cook at the same time. But I have noticed in my use of the cooker that when you cook things on 2 sides, it does take longer than on 1 side. It's just able to concentrate heat better on 1 side than when it's spraying it out for 2. And that's something that happens with all a Ninja 2 basket. But as I said, I've used other 2 basket air fryers where 2 sides work equally well as 1, even at the highest temperatures. But that's just the way it is. And so you can always help this channel. There's nothing in this video sponsored, nothing given to me. In the video description, there are things such as my cookbook merch membership donations. There's like buy me a coffee. There's also YouTube options there as well. Also, you can always check out my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. Again, that's superwaveovenrecipes.com. And so, with all of that said, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon, and good eating.